Good evening all. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are solving the 11th problem of a driver CPP sheet, which is the tram. Let's see what this problem is saying. Here in the problem, there is a kingdom where there is a transport system called tram. It is similar to our train system. So when it starts from its first stop means initially it has 0 passengers, and at its first stop some passenger enters, and when gradually it moves to last stop, some at between stops some passenger enters, some passengers exits, and at last stop all the passengers exits. So now we have been said in question to find what is the maximum number of seat we can allocate to tram such that every passengers entering in the tram will be occupied easily or accommodated easily. Let's see through the first test case. Here in the first test case we have four stations. Four station. In the left column it is the passengers exiting the train, and in the right we have passengers entering the train. Now we see it is a line. It is our first stop, second stop, third stop, and fourth and final stop. Now at first stop 0 passengers were there, means 0 passenger exited, and 3 passengers entered. At second stop 2 passengers exited and 5 passengers entered. At third stop 4 passengers exited and 2 passengers entered. At last stop 4 passengers again exited and 0 entered. Now let's declare two variables, current capacity and max capacity, which we need to find in the question. Current capacity at station 1 is 3. So we update max capacity with 3. At station 2 we already had three passengers in the train, 5 more entered and 2 passengers left. So we have now 6 passengers. 6 passengers, so our max capacity turned to 6. Now at third station we can see that we already had 6 passengers, 6 and 4 passengers left here, and 2 passengers again entered the train. So we have now 4 passengers in the train. So our current capacity is 4, and here we see in the max capacity already we had 6 and here is 4. So our max capacity remains 6, because 6 passengers is the maximum passengers entered in the train, and we need to accommodate all the passengers. So we need to put 6 seats in the train. Now at final stop we can see we have 4 passengers already in the train and 4 passengers left. So we are left with 0 passengers, but the max capacity still remains the 6, because it is the capacity of 6 seats which we are putting in the train. Now let's see the code. Here initially we will import a scanner class. Let's name our class Tram. Now let's create a scanner object from a scanner class, which typically takes input from keyboard or from the question. Scanner equal to new. Now we will input number of rows. Number of rows here indicates number of stations. Int n equal to Canada dot next int. Now we will be declaring a 2D matrix nums equal to new int n. We have n rows and two columns. Two columns in which first column is for passenger exiting the tram and second column is for passenger entering the tram. Now here we will run a for loop. In here for loop we will enter the value of passenger exiting and entering. So in first column nums I comma 0 we have passenger exiting equal to scanner dot next int, and in second column we have passenger entering. Now we will declare two variables, current capacity and max capacity. To be equal to 0 initially. Now we will again run a for loop. When we are in first column, then passengers are exiting in first column, so it will minus the current capacity, passengers are exiting. And when we are in second column, we will add up the current capacity. We will add up the value of second column in the current capacity. Finally, we will be updating our max capacity. If current capacity is greater than max capacity, then our max capacity will be updated to current capacity. Cool. Finally, we will be printing our max capacity. Sorry, it should be max capacity. Let's try to run it. What happened there? Oh. Okay, in the first test case, we have 5 stations. At first station 0 exited and 3 entered. At second station 2 exited and 5 entered. At third station 4 exited and 2 entered. At last station 4 exited and 0 entered. Okay, so our 6 is the max capacity of the passenger in the whole travel journey. So we will be putting 6 seats in the tram. Okay, now let's try to submit the code. why it is taking so long. Okay, accepted. Let's see the other test cases. Here in the second test case we can see that at first station we have 5 stations in total. At first station 0 entered, sorry, 0 exited and 4 entered, so our current capacity is 4. At second station 4 exited, so and 6 entered, so 4 minus 4 plus 6, so our current capacity is now 6 and max capacity is also 6. Now at third station 6 exited and 5 entered, so 6 minus 6 plus 5, so now our current capacity is 5 and max capacity still remains 6. Now at fourth station 5 people exited and 4 entered, so 5 minus 5 plus 4, so our current capacity is 4 and max capacity is still 6. At final last station all 4 exited and 0 entered, so our current capacity is 0 now and max capacity is 6. So maximum total 6 seats we will allocate to tram such that every passenger coming in the tram will be accommodated easily. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing. Until then, enjoy competitive coding.